This is John Wilburn for Hokie Real Estate. I want to give you a tour of 3228 Mud Pike Road. It's a new listing. It's close to 26 acres. A couple miles from Radford. Still has a Christiansburg address. Land lays really nicely as we're about to see. And we'll check out the property. It's fully fenced. There's folks that live on this side. There's a house over here pretty close to the Doublewide that's on the property. Brick house here, but that's really your only close neighbor. In behind that, there's a 20-acre parcel belonging to somebody, not sure who, but provides you good barrier of privacy on that side. I don't know whose house that is on the top of the hill, but it's pretty nice. They have a good view up there. We're about to see that. Property has kind of an odd little cutout that makes a yard for the brick house. Other than that, it's a rectangle. It's over 300 feet of road frontage. There's a few lean-tos on the property. There's one close to the house. And then there's these back here. Seller kept his tractor in one. I don't know whose lowboy trailer that is. Presumably the seller has it now. Now, while this is the road, it's a little detour over here worth taking. There's a little pond here. The pond varies by rainfall and everything. This is the smallest I've ever seen it. The previous owner that owned it prior to the owner that has it now, the family that has it now has had it since 2007, but he had been here since the 80s, and he said he's never seen it dry. But this is the smallest I've ever seen it. Typically, it's much larger. I've seen little turtles in it. I've seen little tiny creatures of all sorts in there. I did see a huge turtle in there at one time that had a head probably half the size of a baseball. Never saw the rest of him. Never saw him emerge, but he was interesting. Anyway, cool little spot to hang out. One nice thing about this property is you can drive the whole thing. Most of them you can't. Tracks like this, there's always a place that's inaccessible, but this was pasture and it is accessible. You can get through here. I may or may not use it coming down, but there is another road a little smoother in the middle of those trees. A little low lying. I haven't been up here in a few years, but there is another way through here. And we're joining that lower road now. There's an area over here where the owner before the family that has it now had a lot of stuff laying out here, scrap iron and stuff, but it actually looks like that's been cleaned up some. Glad they mowed for us. Now, get up to the top. Slick. This is the 20 acres of woods next to the property. Some pretty good sized trees in there. There's a company that owns all of that back in there. It's not individual parcels. Some woods here. But here is your view. Depending on how clear the day is, you can see a long way going this direction. It's nice and peaceful. Property is fenced. There were horses on it as late as 2007. We've made a big oval toward the back of the property. We're coming back down the other side, and to give you some coordinates, the house you see in the distance up there is the house that's behind the double wide on the property. Now we're back down to the property and the gate. Thanks for taking the tour with me. If you have any questions, give me a call, 540-998-1276.